Up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and Jasmine Brand is here. I'll call you. Your name's not really Jasmine Brand. That's your website. But Jasmine from the Jasmine Brand is here.
Yep.
And Vernon Davis is here. Actor extraordinaire, Vernon Davis.
Actor.
But, we're here to talk about your new movie that you're in, which is exciting, The Ritual Killer. I'm a little nervous sitting next to you.
I am
should
too.
Be.
Yeah.
You should be very afraid.
He got into character right away, too.
I know.
But so how did that feel for you to play a role like that where you're actually a killer?
It was dope. It was interesting because I never imagined myself playing a role like that. It took a lot to get into it because I had to attach so many things from my past life into this character. Like, you have to go really deep and dark. Those moments that you've experienced when you were a kid, it can be really harsh for some people to think in that way. But when you're an actor, you have to be able to live in those moments and live truthfully.
And it's not like you retired from football and just started acting. You've been acting. So this is something that, you've been working on it. Like, you've known this is what you want to do.
Yeah, I thought I knew what I was doing when I was playing ball, but I didn't. I didn't fully understand it. There was a moment when I was on, I think it was ESPN. They said, "Vernon, let me see you act."
Oh man!
And I started like crying.
Crying on cue. Oh my goodness!
It was cool to some people, but it's not
kind of creepy.
That's not the craft, because when you crying, you don't really. You fight your tears. You don't really cry. You don't want people to see you cry,
right,
in public or in person. You fight
Unless
it.
you're doing it on purpose.
It's more internally, right, than externally. So once you learn that and you learn the craft, you're like, oh, okay, I get that. I look silly.
So now you can cry on.
Yeah, I can get really emotional. I mean, I do it weekly. I practice even if I'm not getting a job.
Wait a minute, every week you practice crying just
not crying necessarily. I practice like the emotion of it all.
So what do you think about?
When you do it so much, it's just innate.
Okay.
It's just like if I have a scene where I'm arguing or I'm upset with somebody, then I can get really frustrated. Really, it can just come on. It's just because it lives in you. It's like a muscle.
Okay.
And when you practice so much, that's all it is.
When did you know you wanted to act and you wanted to take it seriously?
I knew I wanted to take it seriously when, probably my last year playing football. Yeah, I knew I wanted to take it serious.
What sparked
that?
that?
It was a moment where I was on this. I did this movie called Hell on the Border, and it was probably like the biggest role I've ever had in my entire career playing football. So when that happened, I was like, wow, I want to continue to do this. It feels good. I know I can do it because I felt really confident about my performance. It wasn't the best to me now that I look back, because there's a lot of things I could have changed, but that was the moment right there.
And you knew that was going to be your last year playing football?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know at all. I had a concussion, and my granddad died, and I was ready to move on. I couldn't go on. I couldn't play anymore. I wanted to step away and do something different.
And you and your brother both played in the NFL. So what was it like, how you guys were raised at home? Was it something that your family was really into sports? And
No, we didn't really have anybody in our family playing ball. It was like our only outlet. It was the only way out. You had to play sports. And if we were going to make it, we had to be really good at it. And I understood that, so I took my brother. I would take him with me to go work out at night or in the morning because I wanted to see him excel as well. I knew where I was going, but I also knew I had to put the work in.
Do you feel like it's harder just coming from being an athlete, and sometimes people might not give you the benefit of the doubt, right? Because sometimes it's harder when people know who you are in a certain field and they're like, oh, now this guy, wants to act. Do you feel like you have more to prove to people because you have to really come and I think overly succeed?
When you're doing something different?
Yeah, when you're doing like acting, because, a lot of times, like you said, some people feel like, oh, I could just step into this. People know me, so that's going to help with the marketing already.
Right.
I'm an actor. And some people might feel like, oh, you got this role because of X, Y, and Z. So for you, did you feel like you had more to prove?
No, I don't really feel like I have anything to prove. I'm doing it because it's fun and I enjoy it. I'm not worried about the fame from it or the... It just feels good. It's just one of those things. Because you want people to
be like, he was amazing, Yeah,
it's just like I take the same work ethic that I had in football and I apply it to whatever else I'm doing. And I do it with acting. And that's just putting the work in. I sit there every day, daily, and I'm always focused on the craft.
So what does that look like for you daily what does focusing on a craft look like?
Reading the script every day, working with my acting coach 2-3 times a week, every week throughout the year.
Okay.
And continuing to do it for the rest of my life, and not stopping.
So this is it. This is you definitely want to act forever.
I feel like I do.
Because you can.
I look up to guys like Morgan Freeman. He's 85 and he's still doing it.
Imagine being in a movie with Morgan Freeman, though. Let's take a moment to even think about that.
That's major.
Yeah, we're actually getting ready to do another one.
What?
A one called Gunner. I play his son.
I thought you would say dad.
I'm like, come on now. Let's not get all ridiculous
well,
now.
You could though with makeup.
Yeah.
The right makeup and
yeah. So I'm playing his son in this one. It's gonna be pretty cool. But the one I just had called The Ritual Killer, that was cool.
So that's a true story.
It's based on a true story.
All right. So tell us the true story for people who haven't seen the movie yet and don't know it.
So harvesting body parts in Africa has been said it's a ritual where you're selling to people who want to feel more powerful. And people with money come to this tribe called the Sangoma tribe, and they buy this concoction that's made of body parts, gold, and herbs. And now they're more powerful. They can see better. They can think better. They're stronger. So that's what it is very disturbing. And that's why I say when, attaching some of the moments from my life to this character, I had anxiety after the film was over.
Right.
Because every day, I'm fine when I'm in my hotel and I'm coming out, I was fine. But when I put on these garments of this character, I started, my mannerism, my face change. I can just feel it in my whole body, just like everything. Yeah, it's wild.
How did you decompress after the project was over?
I had a therapist.
Okay, that's
smart. I had
smart.
a therapist. I did some yoga, started meditating more, and just get myself back, because people don't understand. Like, I spent like a month and a half, 2 months with this guy that I created. I spent a month, 2 months with him, and I became him. It was crazy. It felt so good killing all these people in this movie.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm saying that.
Yeah. That sounds wild, right?
No, I'm just saying it just
Acting.
felt, as an actor, it felt really, it was fulfilling. It was like therapeutic.
The trailer was very, very
It was
convincing.
like I was releasing something. It was like I was releasing some demons from the past. That's what felt good. So I didn't want to stop.
Oh.
So when you get done with that, you have to really make sure
Get it all
you
out.
decompress.
No remnants.
Yeah, decompress and just fine tune things.
Remember you were telling us that Queen Latifah has a clause in her contract.
You can't kill her, yeah.
Do you have what clauses do you have in your contracts? Like Queen Latifah cannot get killed in a movie.
No, I don't have that in my.
But do you? Yeah, clearly.
No.
But
No.
like for you, do you have anything that you won't do that you're like? Because I know people have certain things in their contracts that they're like, okay.
It depends on the material. I don't think anyone will offer me anything crazy.
Right.
I have to read it and make sure it's something that I want to do
Right.
before I, sign the contract. So.
And you also executive produced too, right? You did the movie. What was it called? Red
Winter.
Red Winter.
And A Message from Brianna.
Okay. Oh my
We
gosh.
just saw that. We just saw the trailer for that.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh,
BET,
it's cool. It's
listen,
dope.
I love a horror movie.
She loves horror
Oh, yeah, check it
movies.
out.
Yeah. Look, Jasmine said, because she has a young daughter.
Yeah, I have she's almost 2, and so when I seen in the trailer,
The girl gets snatched
I
up.
was like, not the baby. And then the baby standing on top of the baby. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was fun. I funded that one, that entire film myself.
We
wow.
gotta make sure. Let's make sure we run it up.
Yeah, we need to watch
That was my second film after retiring.
Really?
Yeah.
I love a horror movie. What's your favorite genre of movies?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I like action.
Okay,
Action's fun.
I can see that.
Yeah, I like a lot of action, but I also like playing unique characters. I have this movie coming out called Tonic, where I play an award-winning jazz pianist.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
Look at this, all these multifaceted
Yeah.
roles, nice and quick too.
Well, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to, like, when you put the work in and becoming that character and just finding the identity, doing the backstory, and just all the work that you got to put in. It's so much fun.
Is that method acting, or what type of? I know they have different names for that. I don't know enough, but I know they do method acting.
So it's a combination of Ivana Chubbuck and Meisner. I use both. So when I got done, I went to like several different classes. I went to LA and I started to audit classes where I sat in and just learned every little technique. And then what happens, you put it together and make it your own.
Right.
And then you come up with what works for you. Like, what's your process of breaking down the script and trying to figure out this character and being creative?
And then when you said that action movies, so you can do your own stunts?
Yeah, I did my own stunts in Ritual Killer.
Okay.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, when
Did
you
you
check
get
it out, you check it out. You see me climbing down the side of buildings.
Have you gotten hurt?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
I feel like it's rare for athletes to successfully transition into acting. Like, we don't see a lot of athletes, you know.
Well, The Rock.
No, not a lot is what I'm
not
saying.
a lot.
It's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare. So what do you think? Do you think there will be more of athletes like you that transition into acting and are as successful? Because it's not a lot. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There are some, though, for sure.
It's not a lot, yeah. So that goes back to, I think that probably goes back to your reasoning, your purpose of wanting to be an actor. I get approached all the time by NFL players.
I'm sure.
They see me.
How
They
did
see
you
the
do
movie.
it?
They see the
Yeah.
movie come out with Morgan Freeman. They see me with Bruce Willis.
That's
they
a
see
big
me,
deal.
They see me with all these people, and they're like, "I want to act. I
wanna
want
do
to
that."
The first thing I want to tell them is like, "Are you gonna put the work in? Mm-hmm. You gotta put the work in, man. Like this, this is what I do. I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I practice. I'm with my coach every week. You got to be willing to do that. Like if you can't do this,
So
then
you have to have the discipline.
yeah, because everybody want to do something, right? Everybody want to rap, make music. Everybody want to.
You make music too now.
I do.
Yeah, we were watching.
But I'm in the
Bounce like
studio
this.
every week.
Yeah.
I'm in the studio every week, getting better. I'm just finding myself. So this is the stuff that I'm doing now. I'm gonna be doing it throughout my life.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my thing. It's what I do. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's I actually do it. You know.
I hear
But
you.
most athletes they try to do it. That's why they don't excel at it. They get busy. They step away from it. They come back to it. They don't see. That's what it is. They just want to step in and use their name and use what they have, what they created through football, and they think that's enough. But that's not enough.
Gotcha.
What type of advice did Morgan Freeman give you? Because I can see you guys have a good relationship. Y'all just did The Ritual Killer together. You said you're going to be in another movie. So, being that he took a liking to you, did he also say, all right, son, here's, some things you need to do?
You gotta. You're not sounding like him right now. You have to do the voice.
Well,
the voice of God.
No. I don't know if I can sound like Morgan
Can
Freeman.
you sound like him?
I don't know.
Let's try it.
Well, would you? I can't.
He's like,
He can't even keep a straight
I
face.
got. If I hear him again, I can probably do it. But I can't do. I don't got him down yet. Not yet. But no, he just gave me. He just taught. He's like a coach on set. It's interesting, because we'd have a scene and he just talked to me like, "Oh, okay, try this, try it like this." It's like, "Okay, yeah, you get it." He's just in this quiet voice. He's just interesting person. He's like a coach and an actor. I really appreciate that and I respect it, because for him to be 85 years old, he don't have to help out or he don't have to do anything. He just come to work and go back to his trailer.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
He's amazing. Just
And
being
then,
around.
if you think about it, like a director is kind of like a coach too. Being able,
yes.
being able to follow what someone's telling you to do and run those plays.
Yes.
Is that why do you find it easy to remember scripts because you always had to remember plays, or?
No, it's
No?
a different process I had to
Okay.
come up with. So what I do is if I have a script in front of me, what I do, I'll take it page by page and I'll do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'll just get the words, and then I'll record it on my voice memo.
Okay.
Instead of listening to music, I'll listen to my voice with the lines. So every day or every 2 days, I have like 1 or 2 pages memorized. Then I go to the next 1 or 2 pages.
Okay.
And next thing you know, I got the whole script.
That's so hard to do.
I'm
Because
not
I've done like
good at
some quick
memorizing.
guest appearances. I might have like 4 lines, and I think I have it down pat. And then you
get
up
there.
there, and you're like, line.
But see, now you memorize the words. But the words don't even really mean anything. Because your emotions change the words.
Right.
So how you feeling emotionally, it'll change the words. It'll make you go slow. It'll make you go fast. It all comes from like inside.
And you have to know the backstory, like your motivation.
You create the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you create it, your motivation. Every scene has a scene objective. It has your own paraphrasing. It has the emotional statement, how you feel emotionally about this word. Then you ask yourself, okay, why am I doing this? What am I doing? And then you ask yourself, why am I doing it? And then how do you feel about that emotion? Then you give like a personal experience with it too. See, it's a lot of
It's like a lot of work.
I know.
it's
Sheesh.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's
it
every
is. It's not easy.
But you have to do that for every single word, and that's what I'm telling you. So if I have a month to experience with this material,
Yeah.
it's gonna come out.
You're
on
all
camera.
in. Would
Yeah,
you
it's gonna come out
would
on
you
camera.
consider directing ever?
Yeah, eventually I'll direct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll direct for sure.
You like being the good guy or the bad guy?
I like the bad guy now.
Yeah, I can
We can tell.
Since since playing that role with Morgan Freeman, man, I liked it. When you see it, watch the movie. You go see, watch the movie. You be like, all right,
No, you are. I don't like scary stuff like that.
No, this is more like a thriller.
But it's based off a true story, kind of, right?
It is. Killing people,
That's
harvesting
all we need
body
to.
parts.
Real life is scarier than any
I
made up
know.
anything.
She loves this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah. You just watch it. You I think you'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel.
what she loves
Now, what
for.
was harder for you mentally to prepare for going to playing in the NFL, playing a game, or getting ready for a role? Mentally.
I'd say mentally getting ready for a role. Yeah, I played football my entire life, pretty much, and it was just like second nature. Probably because I did it for so long. Acting is something new that I'm finally starting to step into. Mm-hmm. So the challenges and the auditions and not booking an audition can really sway you the other way.
Right.
Make you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. But you have to just keep on pressing forward. There's a thin line between success and failure. Mm-hmm. So if you just continue to just keep going and just keep getting better, it'll all work out.
You think that getting a Super Bowl ring made you feel like, okay, I can actually, because a lot of people will never get that as an achievement, but that is something that's like you really work to make happen.
Yeah, you work at it. You're right. It's just like anything else. You work at it. You put the work in and just pray that you're on a good team.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's not just about you. It's a teamwork.
It's definitely
Teamwork.
team.
Although people do get blamed for the whole team messing up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything that you would want to do back in the field of sports? Like, would you want to be a commentator?
No, everybody's always asking me that. I really love art. I'm a painter. I went to school for painting.
Okay.
And with the acting and producing and music, I love all that stuff. And creativity. I have a show that I'm working on right now. I'm just always creating all the time.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to be creative while you were playing in the league, or do you feel like you couldn't focus on that as much? Or was it a good outlet?
I couldn't focus on it as much. And I didn't want to, it was too much. I felt like sometimes it could be too much for my teammates because they wouldn't understand. They didn't quite understand, like, the creative process. Because if you're an athlete, you just, you macho, you just
right.
you want to play. But acting and music, they wouldn't fully get it.
You feel like that's changing now? Because I feel like the NFL has also changed a lot with people feeling more willing to be able to express themselves and do things outside of the sport.
I feel like it's changing a little bit, but it can be it's something about being creative. Like when I was growing up as a kid, I couldn't pursue the arts because it wasn't cool. If people saw me walking through the hallways with the canvas, they'd make fun of me, so I didn't pursue it. So when I finally arrived in college, I felt the need. I just felt comfortable about changing my major, so I changed it.
Right.
And it's just there's always some kind of fear associated with it.
Do you collect art at all?
No, not anymore. I used to collect, but now I'm just focusing on the movie stuff. And
okay, because I feel like if you did some art, that could sell really well too.
It probably would.
Yeah. Because I actually have started collecting art like in the past few years, and for certain people, like especially if they're a fan of yours already, and then to be able to purchase a piece of art, that could be. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Okay.
We could see you at Art Basel.
Hey, see, I might have to take you up on that.
Showing off on some of your pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
And then also, just even like Jasmine was talking about directing, but also, like you said, you've executive produced some of your projects as well. So, and you said you have something else that you're creating, that you're working on. So you feel like maybe a production company is in the works? Or?
Yeah, I have a couple of production companies. The one that I did, The Message from Brianna, that I sold to BET Plus, that was a company I created with my partner.
Okay.
It's called Between the Lines Productions. Yeah, so I had a lot of stuff that
you got a lot. And you also invested in the basketball team too,
right?
You
did your research.
Capital Classic.
Capital Classic, and I own the Brisbane Bullets, which is an Australian team.
Okay. Yeah, look at all these investments.
You got a lot going on.
A lot going on.
How do you decide what to invest in?
Wow. it just crosses the table, and if it makes sense, then it makes sense. It's like law of attraction. Like the things that you seek or the things that you desire, they just come your way. That's how my whole life been. Just like even with the movies, with the Morgan Freeman movie, something that just happened, just made sense.
Yeah.
In terms of investments, is there anything that you passed on that you wish that you didn't?
Yes.
What?
Ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I had that right in my. Oh, that was right there.
That was okay. All right.
You were like, I don't know.
But you're doing okay. But yeah, that's a Ring is
Yeah, I'm
good
doing
one.
all right.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
You saw Ryan Reynolds with that Mint phone. T-Mobile just bought it for $1.35 billion.
That's crazy.
I know.
What?
And I think they said they believe like a 25% ownership. So
Whatever
he's
that
happy.
is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ring, you passed on Ring. Okay.
I did.
All right.
I shouldn't have, but I did.
Well, it happens. And there'll be more opportunities. But sometimes investing is hard because we also hear a lot of stories about people investing in things and then
Taking big L's.
athletes in particular like going broke because of bad investments.
That's because they don't know what they're doing or what to look for. You just have to know what to look for and what questions to ask and what's available to you, like 20% discount. You want to. I tend to go with companies that already have the momentum, companies that maybe have $15-20 million valuation. Because if you invest in a startup, there's really you can't really tell what's going on.
Right.
You don't know what to expect.
Right.
Yeah.
They're starting from the ground up. Why do that when you can get in on something that has momentum? And that's what I do. I try to look at that, and then I ask what the exit strategy is, and I also want to know how many employees they have. Just all the right questions that you need to ask. And once you understand how that works, and once you know who's on the board of advisory, who invested. Then that tells you a lot. Why invest in a company if there's nobody that's like-minded or if there's an accredited investor that I know of?
Right.
I wouldn't want to. If that's not happening, I don't want to invest in this company.
But then you feel more comfortable when you're like, oh, this person has a successful track record.
Right.
They've invested in these other companies that have done well. So I can see that they've done their research. There's a better chance. And you do your own research too. But.
Yeah, you do your own research too, and then it's all on who's bringing it to you.
Right.
Right? Who's bringing it to you?
Yeah.
Because you know how many people probably be like, yo, I got an idea, man.
I got this idea.
Can you give me some money for this? All I need is...
If it's an idea, I'm not investing in it. I'm not investing in
that
an
all the
idea.
time.
Yeah,
I'm not going to invest in an idea unless it has a $20 million valuation.
What's the biggest mistake you've made in business ever?
The biggest mistake that I made in business
Ever, because you seem like you're really good in business, like making.
I mean, I learned from it. I learned through experience.
Okay.
I just learning.
Okay, so you've never made any really big business mistakes or?
Oh yeah, I have. I invested in this Ponzi scheme that I was just showing them.
Oh damn!
It was a Ponzi. It was a bunch of athletes in it. Oh, be careful when there's a bunch of athletes. You know something's wrong.
You lost a lot of money.
I lost a lot of money.
Oh,
I lost
damn.
I lost about $500,000.
Yeah, ooh, that hurts.
That hurts.
Ouch.
There's guys that lost millions.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I've always been conservative, so I didn't put that much money in.
Okay.
Oh, well.
It's
But
called
you know
the-
what? That's a good life lesson.
It
though.
is.
And like
Yeah.
sometimes those losses is what teaches you not to make those mistakes again.
Exactly.
I bet
Exactly.
it'll never happen again either.
It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again.
All right.
No way.
Well, again, tell us all the things that you have coming up because I know you have a few different film projects. I saw you posting about it. So let us know what we can look forward to seeing Vernon Davis in.
Gosh, I didn't think about that one. I wasn't prepared. It's all running together. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
So you got the
Hold
new
on.
one. You have
I'ma
the
tell
new.
you.
You have the new one with Morgan Freeman. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
The new one, some
Plan B.
tonics coming out. Plan B. There you go.
Senior year.
Senior year. Yeah.
he just repeating everything you say. Keep going,
Yeah.
Ange. He's repeating literally everything you say.
Gunner with Morgan Freeman that
Yeah.
I'm about to hit to. I actually have another movie that I'm flying to Atlanta on Saturday to shoot.
Okay.
Last minute. It's like one of those last minute. Some A-listers in it, so I'm gonna plug myself in.
Come on, A-lister.
Some A-listers.
Some A-list. You gotta build yourself up with good people.
No,
right?
you're absolutely
You're
right.
right.
Yeah, you learn from them. So I take those films when they come across. Also have a production company called Workhorse Cinema in Tifton, Georgia.
Okay.
My partners, we done like 4 Bruce Willis movies out there.
Well, damn.
That's how I started working with Bruce too. We did Day to Die and Gasoline Alley.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. We always have some unique projects coming through.
Have you got a
Okay,
chance to talk to him or speak to him?
Oh, Bruce? Oh yeah, that's my man.
Okay.
You could
Yeah,
tell
that's
because
my
he's
guy.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a great deal of time together on set. Wow,
Yeah.
he was phenomenal. But he was going through some of the things that he's dealing with right
Yeah,
now.
you
Yeah,
saw
I
you
saw
saw
So
that.
it's kind of winding down. But
Yeah.
he was my experiences with him. I wouldn't trade it for anything. He's just a beautiful person. He's just beautiful. I was picking his brain, watching him on set, and just seeing how he just jumped into those scenes so fast. It was amazing.
Yeah, people don't understand. When somebody is so good at acting, you don't even see the effort that it takes.
Right.
because they're too good at it. So it
Yeah.
looks so natural. You
Yeah.
notice when
Yeah,
people are
it's,
bad though.
You do. It's supposed to look easy though, right? Because then you're doing it right.
Yeah, it's supposed to look easy.
Yeah.
But if
yeah,
it looks like
true.
it's a lot of effort,
You're like, yeesh.
Yeah, you a lot of effort. But like I say, if you put the time in, everything's, it's all about being subtle. It's all about, having it come from the inside rather than the outside.
Okay.
And once you learn the tools and techniques, then you'll be okay.
all
Just
right.
gotta learn.
Well, thank you so much for coming through. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
we
you.
want to make sure everybody goes and watches the movie. We're actually I'm going to make Jasmine watch it, even though she don't like a scary movie. I love it, The
Yeah.
Ritual Killer. And stream that movie on BET Plus, too, because,
That looks good.
yes.
And
What was
scary
that,
as well.
Brianna? A message from Brianna.
Yeah, y'all gotta check out this new song coming out called "Phone." You're gonna appreciate it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
had
you
this
have
girl that I
bounce
was
like
dating.
this. Well,
Listen,
hold
I
on.
had this girl.
Go
I
ahead.
had this girl that I was dating.
Uh-oh.
She used to go through my phone all the time while I was asleep. So
How
I'm
did
sitting on the
how'd
phone.
she get in
I had
there?
this beat. Tone P sent me this beat. Tone P, my music producer, right? He sent me this beat, and I was like, "Gosh, okay, phone. I ain't going through my phone. Yeah. Dope. Me and 3 Black. 3 Black on the come up. He's amazing. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear him on this track. I thought I did good, but he did
How
good.
did I go back to this phone
Don't bury the
thing?
lead. How did she get in your phone?
Well, she would go. She would just go through my phone at night when I was
You
asleep.
didn't have a password or anything on it?
No, we trusted each other.
Oh, no.
And what was she seeing when she went through your
Yeah.
phone?
Nothing. She couldn't find anything because I wasn't doing anything. I guess
don't
that's
know,
why.
Vernon.
I guess that's why she thought she could go through my phone because I was giving her the password to my phone.
Oh, you gave her the
okay.
I gave her the password,
Okay,
but she'd be up at night like this.
And you caught her?
I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, what's going on? So now I was like, I need to get line 2. Line 2 is a different line on my phone.
Oh.
So if I'm talking to my grandmother, my mother, I'm having a conversation about
Private
her.
conversation.
Yeah, she don't need to see that because
Right.
it's not. She
Yeah.
can take it another way. So I just bought line 2. So on the music, you'll hear me talk about line 2. And, yeah.
So did y'all break up over that?
Are y'all still together?
Unfortunately, we broke up over that.
Oh. So I live in DC. So we were listening to your song.
You from the DMV?
Yeah. So yeah. So
what's up.
does everything go have like a go-go feel to it?
No,
or?
not
Okay.
everything. That's how it started out because that's how I grew up.
Okay.
DC culture,
Where'd you
go-go.
go to school? Did you go to school in Maryland? Or?
I went to school in Washington D.C.
Okay, in DC.
Proper DC proper.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm from the
You know,
city.
people
man.
No,
be very particular
Yes.
about that DC
I'm from the
proper.
city. Come on, I'm from the
so
city.
so I have a house in Northeast by Fort Todd Metro Station.
Right now?
Yes, right now.
What?
And then I have a apartment in Southeast, but like by Eastern Market.
Oh wow, that's what's up. That's
So it's
dope.
DC proper,
Yeah, that's what's up.
but not
DC
the.
proper.
It's like the
like the clothing line, DC proper.
DC proper. Yep.
Yeah.
But no, when we.
I'm so proud of your DC
I mean,
proper.
it's because it's DC. So all right, okay.
So are you going to put together a whole project, you think? A whole
Yeah,
album?
we got an album called Showtime.
Okay.
You gotta hear the music, man. The music is awesome.
Because we saw
A
Bounce
lot of
like
people.
this music.
A lot of people. Yeah, Bounce. That was my first song. Yeah,
It kind of gave me Wale vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Like pretty girls, ask them do they. That song
She was
right
so
there.
excited. She was like, okay, we like this. Okay. You better do
No, I
the
got,
challenge, Jasmine.
Zaytoven, I did a song. Zaytoven produced something for me too,
Oh, dope.
and Young Dro. So,
Okay.
this got something.
Oh, I
with
forgot
them.
about Young Dro.
Got some cool
That's my
features.
guy. Young Joe is
like him.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's dope.
And
He
very
came in the studio
talented.
and just cracked. Tone P had the hook, and he just came in and started putting it together. I was like, dang, this is crazy. That's when I first started. I was like, man, these dudes just piecing this together. This is crazy.
Well, we're happy you're doing what you love now.
Yeah.
It feels like
it's fun, it's fun.
we see all the passion when you talk about the music, when
His
you talk
his
about the
eyes
movies.
light up,
yeah.
right?
Oh, you
I
can
think
see
that's
it, right?
important. Yeah.
No, it's very important because you know if somebody's fake or phony. Like it's important, and time will tell. You see over time, like you can tell. You know, if someone serious about something, they're gonna keep on going. They're not gonna give up.
Yep.
I feel like he could turn into a killer at any second right now.
On that note.
We gotta go. Bye, Vernon Davis. Thank you so much, though, honestly, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.